Hello, welcome to our live coverage of the Bank of England decision, and we're just about to get the decision coming out from the Bank of England in the next few seconds. Cable's taken a leg lower this morning, coming up to this decision, trading at 124.50 at the moment as we speak, and we are just getting the announcement now, so we're seeing the reaction coming on Cable. Let's check our red box. So Bank of England interest rate decision, as expected, no change. Of course, that was never an option for the Bank of England. Total QE total unchanged as well, of course. So let's just check again on our Cable chart, and we are seeing some action, but it had come off quite sharply. You can see this is the main market when we're looking at the Bank of England. Of course, is the pound. Affected by Brexit as much as it is, the Bank of England is still an important decision in this market. So we're just getting the decision here. I'm just checking it now. Unanimous decision to maintain rates. Let's just see if we've got any of these commentary. Any of the commentaries changed markedly. Brexit-related developments are making UK economic data more volatile. GDP falling by 0.2% in Q2, now expected to rise by 0.2% in Q3. Underlying growth has slowed, they're saying, but remains slightly positive. Brexit uncertainties are weighing on business sentiment, and the weaker global backdrop is hitting exports. CPI inflation falling, of course that dropped to 1.7% in August, that was reported this week. From 2.1% in July. So that downgrade in inflation is probably weighing on the bank's thinking. It's been maintaining this slight tightening bias, suggesting that it will raise rates a couple of times over the forecast period, which is the next sort of 3 years. Let's have a look and see if there's anything else in here that is of interest. Lots on Brexit, of course. In the event of a no-deal Brexit, the exchange rate would probably fall. They say CPI inflation rise and GDP growth slow. The interest rate would need to balance upward pressures on inflation from the likely fall in sterling with downward pressure from any reduction in demand. In this eventuality, the policy decision would not be automatic. So, in other words, if there's a no-deal Brexit, they don't know yet if they would need to raise rates or lower rates. And we're pretty much as you were in terms of the Bank of England. So Cable has found a bottom here, just testing those lows around 124.450. And let's see on our red box if there's anything else here. Nothing particularly of note. So Bank of England, as you were, we are looking now at Cable to see if it can base here and then drive up to regain these highs from earlier in the day. We have seen the pound just moving higher throughout September, from those lows around 119.50 on September 3rd. It's been taking legs higher, retrace, leg higher, pair, retrace, leg higher, retrace. So it's been following this nice step pattern higher, but it is encountering resistance at 125 and 125.20. That's been the key level that we've seen it bounce off. We flagged that. That was the resistance level. It did touch that and then come down. So we're looking now for it to consolidate around this region, around 124.50, and the Bank of England decision today really doesn't upset the apple cart too much as far as sterling goes. I think really what we're looking at now is Brexit and the Supreme Court ruling. That comes today. Well, at least today is the last day of hearing, and we could get a decision from the Supreme Court today, but it could be anything up to, I think, 36 hours after the proceedings end. So it could be today, it could be tomorrow, that we were looking at a decision from the Supreme Court on the prorogation, whether that was legal. And if it were deemed illegal, then we'd be looking probably at the Prime Minister having to recall Parliament, and all that would mean for greater uncertainty as far as Brexit goes, if that's possible. 124.6 now in Cable, so just finding its legs again and pushing on up following that Bank of England decision. That's it for now. We will have more for you later with our Walk on Wall Street, and of course there's further updates on X-Ray, so do check your calendars for all the latest news coming up. Thanks for watching.